What is up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here, soon to be the Mateo Fisher Show starting on January 1st. And today, I have a rather interesting topic to discuss. So, 2 days ago, Donald Trump announced that he wanted to push Congress to implement a $2,000 stimulus bill. Now, I'm not a partisan hack, so I'm actually gonna praise him for that. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Whatever your intentions are, thank you for that, right? Because understand that right now we are in a state where the Donald Trump was originally pushing for $1,200, but then Nancy Pelosi, who's supposed to be the opposition, decided to make it 600. She lowered the price. She straight up cut the stimulus bill in half. That's what she did, right? So she's not the opposition, right? On this issue, she is in the wrong, and despite what the media is saying, with the way the media is phrasing it, it's just always damn those Republicans. We could get everything passed if it weren't for them. Those damn Republicans, so partisan. When it was literally Pelosi who originally said $600. She was the first person to actually try to cut the deal, try to cut it in half from the original amount of money that would be going to the American people, right? So now Donald Trump is proposing making it $2,000. So he is to the left of Bernie Sanders on this issue. Because in case you don't know, in the final days of this deal, Bernie Sanders and populist Republican Senator Josh Hawley were pushing to make a stimulus bill $1,200, right? They're trying to bump it up there. And this was very powerful. You had a left-wing Democrat and a Trump Republican basically both pushing for a populist agenda, right? To raise the stimulus bill to $1,200 as opposed to 600, which Pelosi wanted to do for some reason. So, well, not for some reason, because she doesn't care about the American people. That's why. So now Donald Trump is moving to the left of them. He's actually being more progressive on this issue than Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley. That's what's going on here. Now, of course, the mainstream media isn't covering this because they are just partisan hacks. All they're going to do is say, those damn Republicans, they don't care about the American people. They don't care. They're just out for their donors. They're just trying to cut the deal. Okay, well, they're basically talking about both parties here, all right? Because, the notion that somehow Republicans are the only party that takes corporate money, oh, please. Oh, please. No, you're way out of line if you think that. Because, frankly, the Democratic Party is just as corporate as the Republican Party. But what's worse is that the Democrats try to pretend like they're not corporate. Malcolm X once said, Republicans are wolves, Democrats are wolves in sheep's clothing, and I think that quote is very accurate. You'll have people like Joe Biden pretending to be some civil rights advocate when looking back into his career, he incarcerated over 100,000 African Americans under the crime bill. He was the mass incarcerator. Throughout his tenure, Biden has done nothing but harm the black community as senator. But yet, he makes people think that he's going to fight for black people's lives and rights because he was Barack Obama's VP. Democrats will push for a policy that's right wing, but then phrase it as a compromise. So, for example, they'll say, oh, no, we can't do Medicare for all. Yeah, sure, Medicare for all would save thousands of lives and heal income inequality, and we would be implementing something that the rest of the world has. No, we can't do that. Too radical. Let's push for the compromise. The private insurance. That's the way the Democrats work. They push for policies that are right wing, that do nothing but serve their donors, their Wall Street donors that, send them corporate money, and then phrase it as a compromise and smear the policies that would actually help the people as being radical or extreme, But yeah, anyways, so Trump is pushing for a $2,000 stimulus bill. Do I think he's well-intentioned? No, I don't think he is. I mean, you have his advisors saying that he's considering running for president in 2024. So, I mean, what I personally think is that he's just doing this now so he can brag about it later when he runs for president. We all know he's going to run. He's going to run, guys. I mean, this guy has a thirst for power, for success, for wealth, and only lives life to be number one, the most narcissistic guy I've ever met. But anyways, it's a good strategic move because I definitely could see him in 2024 saying, hey, when the Democratic Party and the Republican Party were pushing for a stimulus bill of $1,200 or $600, I was the one who stood up. I was above the fray. I stood up for the American people and I pushed for $2,000. I could see him, using that message for his gain, which would be pretty smart actually, because the right way to go with any party is to the populist side, right? The best way to go is to appeal to the people, not to the Wall Street donors. So, with Donald Trump, the reason why he won in 2016 was not because of Russia. It wasn't because of Russia. It was because he ran a good campaign. He ran on a populist message. Hillary Clinton ran on a Republican message, basically. I mean, she was in favor of the death penalty, against Medicare for all these progressive policies, a war hawk. That's why she lost. As a Democrat, she ran too far to the right, and she lost touch with her base. Now, in 2020, the only reason why Joe Biden won was because of the pandemic. I'm very confident in saying that if there had been no pandemic, he would have lost against Trump. Because it would have been a repeat from 2016 and from 2000 and 2004, where you see centrist but really conservative Democrat be the nominee and lose. In 2000, it was Al Gore versus George W. Bush. Al Gore lost against a baseball bat because he ran to the right. He tried the third way strategy. The same thing happened in 2004. John Kerry still lost over the president of the Iraq War, because he ran too far to the right. 2016, Hillary Clinton ran too far to the right and she lost. 2020, there's really no other reason why Joe Biden would win besides there being a pandemic. I mean, he didn't have to do anything. Any Democrat would have beaten Trump. Any Democrat could have just said pandemic, 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 and won. But I'm telling you right now, had there been no pandemic, Biden would have lost. Right? So it's very clear that the way to win is through a populist, progressive message. That's why Trump won in 2016. So yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is making the right move here, whether it is ill-intentioned or well-intentioned. I personally just believe that he's pulling an opportunistic move here for 2024. But yeah, this is a great strategical move that he will most likely be using 4 years from now. So, thanks for watching this video. I will not be uploading tomorrow since it'll be Christmas, but I will upload afterwards. Now, remember, I'll be changing my channel name to the Mateo Fisher Show on January 1st, so don't be surprised if you see this channel name has changed. So, see you all later, and bye.